launched a collaborative community for the real estate industry. Climber, so CLIMR.
BR.
What is the catalyst behind that name?
Honestly, I was inspired by ClickFunnels. It's like you're one funnel away. So we wanted something that had a singular name, but also we could tie some sort of metaphor to. And so what was great about Climber is join the climb. We realized this industry, everyone's trying to level up in the business and take their business up to that next level.
Getting people on stages is such an important thing in our industry, and getting new voices and new opportunities for people.
Honestly, being on stage in this industry has changed my entire life and my career. Having been on so many stages and in the same rooms over and over and over again, I realized we had a lot of the same voices over and over and over again. And I felt there's an opportunity here to build a room and open a door for more aspiring speakers or people who have done it a few times and really just want to turn this from a talent to a skill.
Hi, Kendall. Thank you so much for being here today. I've been so looking forward to our conversation.
Thank you, Wendy. It's an honor and a privilege. I'm excited to be invited.
You have been working on some really cool projects, and we're going to get to talk about them.
I know. I'm so happy. Thank you. It's a new year, new project, new chapter, and just ready to rock it out and contribute, give back.
Awesome. Well, let's jump into it. So you launched a brand new community, a collaborative community for the real estate industry. So tell us about it.
Yeah, so we launched a community called Climber, no E.
Okay.
And it is a community for agents by agents. And what's really interesting and beautiful we just launched it, we already have over 700 members.
Wow.
And they are from all over the world. They are residential and commercial. Okay. They're real estate agents, team leaders, brokers, franchise owners. I mean, when I tell you we have just such a diverse group of human beings all wanting to work together, collaborate, it's been super exciting to experience, and I'm loving it because it's super fun.
That's great. So Climber, so CLIMR, right?
BR.
BR, okay. Yep. And so tell us what is the catalyst behind that name? Mm-hmm. So why did you pick that name? What does it represent? What does it mean? And so tell us about that.
Yeah, so, my co-founders and I, Veronica Figueroa, Jake and Tony, Jake Randolph and Tony Cruz, we got together one day and we realized that there was a lot of synergy in our interest to give back and to build something unique and build something different. And so I say it was intentional meeting, mm-hmm. but it wasn't planned for us to meet.
Intentional, unintentional?
Yeah. It was, I call it a divine appointment, is what I really call it. Meaning it was not supposed to happen, but it happened because it was meant to happen, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
And so we realized that we all wanted to give back to the real estate industry in a different and unique way. I have all this content that I built. I'm constantly creating, and I wanted a way to give back without, I don't want to be a coach per se, right? Mm-hmm. I just wanted a venue that I could just focus my attention and give back to the industry. And so I had that, Veronica had the same vision, Tony did as well. And we realized we had something unique to talk about that we felt wasn't being spoken about in the industry. And so when it came to picking a name, we all came with ideas. And we were all able to tell each other no, no, and no. And so
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for that brainstorming session with the four of you.
We literally put ourselves in an office together. We physically got together because we're all, live in different places. Mm-hmm. And we physically got into a room and we spent about 6 to 8 hours.
Wow.
In a conference room, going through ideas, brainstorming, masterminding. And I don't remember who exactly found it, but it literally was the most collaborative thing. Literally all 4 of us contributed to this name. And, I'm an acronym person, so I think I might have given an acronym, which it's not a focus on the acronym piece, although I'm sure that'll evolve.
Yes.
But it became something that we wanted to be able to rally around. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I was inspired by ClickFunnels. It's you're one funnel away, mm-hmm. right? So we wanted something that had a singular name, but also we could tie some sort of metaphor to. And so what was great about Climber is join the climb, mm-hmm. Because we realized this industry, this business is, everyone's trying to elevate, right? Everyone's trying to level up, grow in the business and take their business up to that next level.
I have that image of the poster that used to be really popular of like the mountain climber that's kind of like one arm hanging on to the cliff. Like when I initially saw it, that was the image in my mind, which is a very sort of aspirational and motivational image, at least to me. That was how it, like, just the word gave me both of those sort of feelings in a word, which is a great thing that you want a word to do when you're, especially when you're thinking of creating a community. So it works.
Yes, it does. And what was great is there was such alignment because, like, when you do think about, I love that emoji myself, like on the phone of the climber scaling a mountain. And it was just one of those things that, like I said, it made so much sense because it created like a moment, but it also was a great metaphor for what we are all experiencing in
we're
this
all
industry.
climbing in some way, whatever that means to each of us.
Yes.
So you said you didn't want to be a coach, but you have so much experience, so much knowledge, so much content, so much training from all the different sort of aspects of your career and stages. So is that what Climber is about? The four of you sort of pouring that knowledge into the members of the community?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're hosting webinars in there. We're bringing in the top talent. Like we've had Ben Kenny share with our audience. Recently we had Jimmy Mackin come in and just drop so much fire for our audience, talking about listings and generating listing leads and nurturing those opportunities. I also put in content around my motivated mover concept, like getting people to recognize their next deal is going to come from a life event, their next real estate transaction. I also did a fun training, 30 minutes, where I talked about how you could leverage notes in IG and Facebook to start DMs, because really social media isn't a strategy for real estate or for business. It is a tool. And people are not using every bit of that tool in order to help generate the most business. I say don't chase likes and comments. The business happens in the DM. Right? If you're not having one-on-one conversations with your people because they're giving you permission to talk to them and transact with them in that space. So, it's just fun, unique ways to help educate and get our people in the industry thinking about how they can grow their business, how they can market, how they can leverage AI and other tools more strategically in order to do more business.
And is there a cost to be part of the community?
No, it's completely free.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and we even gave away, as a part of our launch, hundreds of free Go High Level CRMs already built out for people. And we're coaching them on how to use it. And I think that's, we talk about the free line all the time, but it's been really powerful, and it's been a great reaction from our audience, and they are loving it. And they're like, man, no gatekeeping. Like, they're just pouring into us. They're like, thank you. It's what we've been wanting and asking for.
That's awesome. Well, I'm super excited about it, and kudos to you guys to be able to give back to the industry like that.
Thank you.
The four of you just are such experts in what you do and who you are that it's amazing. So if anyone's listening, how do they join?
Yeah, so it's climbercommunity.com. And you can go join there. You can also find us on School, which is SKOOL. And that's where we store our class content. We highlight events and things like that. And also too, I wanted people to know this is a brand agnostic community. This is not where people can come and feel like they're being sold to or recruited or anything like that. It's a positive, high energy space, very communicative. When I could scroll through the comments. It's a very active community, which is blowing my mind.
Very cool.
The opportunity that's created for everyone.
That's great. Awesome. Well, I hope everyone listening goes and checks it out. But let's talk about the next big project that you've been working on. And this one I'm also excited about and also a big supporter of, because one of the things that I get to do is help pick and help shape the stages and the people that speak on the stages here at EXP. And we have spoken together on stages for years at industry events and here at EXP. And getting people on stages is such an important thing in our industry, and getting new voices and new opportunities for people. And you recognize that. So tell us about the opportunity and the need you saw, and then what you created as a result.
Yeah, so thank you for that. And what happened was I have been blessed. I tell people, like, I think I've done hundreds of stages and thousands of hours on stage as a keynote, a panelist, an MC, a moderator. I've done pretty much all of it. And I've made so many connections and relationships. And honestly, being on stage in this industry has changed my entire life and my career. It's opened so many doors for me. And what happened was I had people come to me, particularly a lot of women, who said, Kendall, I want to do what you're doing. How do I break into this space? And the unfortunate thing was I didn't have an answer for them at the time. I did not know what to tell them, where to send them. And there's a couple of reasons for that, but I realized that there's got to be a better way. And, also having been on so many stages and in the same rooms over and over and over again, I realized we had a lot of the same voices over and over and over again. A lot of the same talking points over and over and over again. And I felt like, there's an opportunity here to, what I refer to as build a room and open a door for more aspiring speakers or people who have done it a few times and really just want to turn this from a talent to a skill.
Yes.
And take it to the next level and really get serious about it. And so I created what I refer to as the Industry Speaks Academy.
Love it.
So it's a place where people can learn how to be prepared for the stage and build trust, because I think that most people don't understand how event organizers work and how they select speakers. So the goal of the Academy is help educate our speakers, help get them prepared, ready, build all the proper signals so that they can be the next invitation to be on stage.
That's great. I love that. So what does the Academy entail to help people get ready to be prepared to see those signals?
Yeah, so I started, the first thing I did, by the way, is I called all of my friends who are event organizers first,
Yes.
and I said, hey Edmund, hey Housing Wire, hi RS Media, Zillow, all of them. And I said, hey, so if I start this, if I build it, will you come, right? Like, will you support this?
Will you help source speakers?
Yes. Would you source speakers from the Academy? Do you feel this would be relevant and useful? And they said 100% yes.
Because sourcing speakers is not an easy thing.
No. And speakers don't make it easy to source either. And that's also part of the challenge that I was hoping to solve for. So basically, I have 5 frameworks that I coach from. And so I have built a learning management system, like an online on-demand course and it's not really a course, it's just more framework teachings that people can get access to. I also built a custom AI bot built on the frameworks, trained on the frameworks to help 8 speakers who want to test their openings, their closings, their content, and get some objective feedback. Because this is one of the things I found is that you go on stage, you come off stage, you ask people, how'd I do? And they say,
I did great. Yes.
Yeah, but that's not helpful. Not if you want to grow.
Right.
So what really helps is when you get that, like, constructive feedback
on how to be better, how to improve.
Be better. And for example, just reminding people, as I do a ton of panels, I say to panelists all the time, don't look at me when you respond, look at the audience. It's not about me. You're having a conversation with me, but you're really having a conversation with the audience. These are simple things that people have to be taught because they don't realize, like, this is the etiquette of being on
who
stage.
You're engaging with.
Yes, and so the frameworks go through all of that and break it all down into details and stories and really just kind of help better prepare someone for the stage. But where it really came from was I realized that I call it the credibility gap. This is why people struggle from going from their experience to contribution on stage. And again, going from personal brand to industry brand. Like, if that's what you want to do, this is what you need. And so the first credibility that I believe everyone needs before they can go on stage is street credibility, right? That expertise.
A little bit of street cred.
Yeah, you need the street cred.
Yes.
Meaning you need the expertise, you need the experience. So like, it starts there.
Yep, so build that.
You have to have that. And if you don't have that, that's your first step.
Yes.
But then a lot of people feel like, oh, I have the experience, I have the expertise, put me on stage. But they don't realize there's 2 more credibilities they need in order to get to that next level. And so the Industry Speaks Academy seeks to fill those 2 gaps. So if you don't mind me, I would love to tell you about those
Yeah,
too.
sure. Tell us. Okay, so we got street cred. What do we
Yes.
need next?
The next one is performance credibility.
Okay.
So this is that opportunity where, number one, you have done this before. A lot of people wait to talk about whatever their topics are until they get on stage.
Yes.
And that is such a mistake.
Yes.
And it's not about memorizing answers. It's not about scripting. It's about being so comfortable with how you deliver it
Yes.
that you are ticking all the boxes, including the fact that you're engaged with your audience. It also helps build that comfort and confidence because you recognize, I know my
Yeah,
stuff.
you know it. It's like taking batting practice,
Yes.
like before you go and play in the game, right?
100%.
You don't want to be saying it the first time out on stage in front of the audience.
Right, when your nerves are high and those things. It's
Yes.
also too about understanding, like, here's my one-liner, right? Being able to develop
Yes.
those.
And here's how I deliver it.
And how I deliver it.
Yes.
And making sure it'll land, right?
Yep.
So part of that is building that performance credibility, understanding the assignment of the room, understanding who you're really working for, which is the audience, not yourself, not the moderator. It's really about serving the audience at the highest level. So that's performance credibility. Then the third one is referral credibility. So meaning a lot of times how you get on stage is because someone recommended you.
Yes.
Or someone has seen you perform and they trust that you understand the assignment. And not only that, you're offering all the proper signals. A lot of one of the biggest things that I've seen, or mistakes I've seen happen, is speakers who want to be on stages, they finally get in touch with an event organizer, they get the open door, and then the event organizer says, hey, send me some samples so I understand, what your topics are. And you know what speakers do? This is the critical mistake they make. Number one, they send a podcast copy.
Right.
Or a video.
Right.
And that's not what they're asking. They want samples of you on stage.
Right.
Right. So if you're not getting recorded content of you on a stage or doing things
Do you
like
think that needs to be like a sizzle reel or just like a clip of you on stage? Like, what's your recommendation?
Both.
Okay.
I think sizzle reels are good because they're great for social proof. But an actual sample, I think, is
you
really
speaking.
And the audience, like getting that full view is really what will give an event organizer the comfort, because now you're really delivering for this, like,
and
what
they know your
need.
stage presence there. They can see that.
Yes. So, and the other mistake that speakers make is they don't identify their top topics. And so, everyone's like, I've heard.
What can you speak on? Well, I can speak on anything.
Exactly.
Right? What do you want me to speak on?
And that's another huge mistake, because event organizers, they don't book speakers, they book topics. So they pick their topic, they pick their agenda, and then they source speakers who can meet that assignment, that can speak to the expertise of that particular topic. So I can give my own examples. So for example, when I was at my previous brand, I was known for video marketing because I was doing weekly videos. So I would coach and train and teach on how to do social media marketing with video, all the tips. And I even wrote a course for the company, right?
Yes.
And then eventually I evolved into where a lot of people knew me was the meta lawsuits. And I would get booked to be an expert on this topic.
Yes.
And that's what opened tons of doors for me, right? Is that the only thing I could talk about? Of course not.
Right.
But it gave me the street credibility, it gave me the performance credibility, it gave me the referral credibility. And that's when I was able to get booked for, now I get to pick my topic for certain events.
Yes.
And so that's really what the Academy hopes to do, is help you fill those gaps.
That's awesome. All right. So where do we go to find out more information on the Academy?
Yes. So it is speakonrealestatestages.com.
Awesome. Speakonrealestatestages.com. I love it.
Yes. I'm an SEO queen.
That is great.
Super intentional about these things.
Cool. And is it an on-demand sort of learning platform?
So great question. So I do have that available for one price. And by the way, pricing is on the website. I call it transparent pricing.
Yeah.
So I don't hide anything. There's no sticker shock or surprises. But then I also do what I refer to as, so the online course is called The Studio.
Okay.
And then I also have the lab. The lab is where we meet once a month and we go through your talks and we practice them. This is where you build your performance
Build that
credibility.
muscle.
Yes. And you get objective constructive feedback.
Great.
So in writing, so that you can improve on your craft. And we base this off the framework. So we walk through like your reframes, your, what you say, how you present it. Did the joke land or not?
Yes.
Hey, I would tweak that. Are you pitching or selling from stage? Let's not do that unless you have permission from the event organizer. Like, we go through all of that stuff.
Yes. Oh, that's wonderful, because there's nothing like that, sort of doing it and getting real-time feedback to be able to make like improvements and feel it, right? Because when you've just done it and then you hear feedback right away, that's when you're able to say, oh, okay, I didn't realize I was using those filler words, or I didn't realize I was rolling my eyes as I was thinking about what was next, or I didn't realize all the things that we know that people do.
Exactly. And the other piece that the Academy does is we help you build the speaker assets and build a speaker profile to make it easy for event organizers to find you. So I'm working hard to source event organizers. I even met some today, and all I do is I'm going to bring them in to find speakers from the Academy, and I create a frictionless environment. So super excited about that.
That's awesome. That is so great. Well, I think it is incredible, and I'm so excited to just see it grow and to see you be able to bring some great fresh faces and opportunities for people on the stage.
Thank you for your support. I genuinely appreciate it.
You're welcome. So last topic that I want to talk about is one that if only like the cameras were able to like follow some of our private conversations about this, but they're on now. So I want to talk about it a little bit. And that is a topic that we are both passionate about. And that is women in leadership in this industry. And it's a bumpy road.
Yeah.
With lots of twists and turns. So from your perspective, is it getting any better? And I know that's a big loaded question, but let's start there, and then we can unpack it from there.
Yeah, you know what I would say is I feel like we have more women who are wanting to be in these positions and positioning themselves to be in these positions, meaning they are building the relationships, they're building the network, they're building the education, the skill set, the knowledge base, and they deserve seats at those tables.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm seeing more and more women talk about that and own that and acknowledge that, and in a lot of ways expect it and assert themselves. Because I don't want to say demand, because it's not an aggressive thing that I'm seeing, but it's a very much intentional, proactive approach to say, hey, I am a leader and I should be recognized as such.
Yes.
What doors can we partner on to get there?
What doors can be opened?
Yeah.
One of the things I'm noticing, and this is completely anecdotal, I don't have necessarily the facts, but tell me if you're noticing this as well. In the MLS side of the business, we're seeing a lot of tenured female leaders retire or choose to leave, and we're not seeing female leadership move into those opportunities. So I'm seeing like that balance of what used to be female representation diminish substantially on the MLS side of the world. Are you noticing that trend as well?
Honestly, I am a member of one of those associations where that's happening right now.
Yeah. I think that's not good.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And it's not that I think women should replace women for women's sake, but I do think, because I always believe the best candidate should be in the position.
Yes.
But I also think that sometimes women get overlooked as the best candidate, and they really are and could be and should be.
Yes.
But yes, now that you say that, actually, I can think of a handful of females being replaced by men.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see a movement back to, did we look at all of the people that really should have been considered for those positions?
And I think it's one of the things that as female leaders and as leaders, I don't even think we need to qualify it. As leaders, are we looking at building other leaders for the future opportunities? And, we talk about sponsorship, right? And I think as women, we need to sponsor other women for opportunities. And men do that better for other men than both men and women do that for other women. Yeah. And I think that's one of the reasons that we're not seeing, women get the opportunities that are vacated by retirement or other reasons. because there's not enough sponsors of women for those roles.
Yeah, I agree. And I'd love to see, I mean, and I've talked to you about this too, like mentorship is as another form of raising up this next generation of leaders, right? It's such a big opportunity for women like you, for example, in these very big, responsible, amazing roles, right? That you spent your career building up to, right? And, there's others that, have a potential for that. And I think I'd love watching you pour into other women and set other women up for success and like you said, sponsor them, say their name in rooms where they're not in.
And get them into rooms where they should be in.
Yes, and saying, hey, talk to this person.
Yes.
And I think that is a valuable and necessary component to elevating more women. As women, we do also need to speak up and not be worried about, well, if I invite another woman in the room, does that make less space for me?
Right.
I don't think that's true.
Yes. Do you think we'll ever see on an Inman stage a panel of all women CEOs running the big brands like we see those panels of all male CEOs?
I sure hope so. That would be great. What's funny is I did do an Inman panel a couple of years back with all female team leaders, like powerhouse team leaders. And it was so great. It was such a moment because we all decided to wear white. And it was a statement
I think I remember
moment.
that, yes.
And I put that together. That was my idea with Inman. I said, please, can we do this? And I want to invite these speakers. And I mean, we just had a beautiful, diverse group of women from different parts of the country, all at the top of their game.
Yes.
And sharing their stories and their leadership. And it was just such a beautiful moment. That particular moment is forever cemented in my mind and in my memory as one of those moments where I was so proud.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Let's do a couple rapid fire things. Yeah. Favorite podcasts that you're listening to right now?
Ooh, what favorite podcast? Actually, I listen to books more than podcasts.
Okay, well, favorite book then. Okay. Give us a favorite book.
Oh, The Science of Scaling.
The Science of Scaling.
Yes.
Awesome.
I think that's Benjamin Hardy.
Good.
Yes,
okay,
that's a
great one. Any good, cool new music that you've got on, like on the headphones that you're listening to when you're out on your walks?
Yes. So I love Kings of Leon. Just went to their concert.
Yeah.
So they're on rotation in my world. So I love them. That's an older band, but they're great.
Good. Okay. Any AI tool that you just can't live without right now?
Oh, I have too many of those, but the one I think people are missing is Notebook LM.
Notebook LM.
Use Notebook LM. It can do so much for your business.
Very cool. Well, thank you for stopping by and spending some time with us today. I've loved this conversation.
Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you as well.